Hello students, this is part 9 of chapter motion class 9th physics. In our previous part we have seen the different equations of motion with their graphical derivation. Also we have solved some numericals based on them by understanding how to choose a particular equation of motion for a given problem. In this part we will study about uniform circular motion. As the name suggests, it consists of two words, uniform motion and circular motion. So let us start with circular motion. So what is circular motion? The motion of an object along a circular path around a fixed point is known as circular motion. For example, you can say the motion of blades of an electric fan is an example of circular motion. How? Let us see. So we have shown here the blades of an electric fan, and also you can see there is a point A situated on this blade. Now let us see what happens when the blade start rotating. So you can see that as the blade start rotating, the points situated on the blades also start rotating along with it. After some instant of time, the blade along with the point A comes in this situation. Now student, don't confuse that the point A comes on another blade. This blade is the other situation of this same blade. Now we take some more situations. After some instant of time, we have the following 5 situations of the same blade along with the point situated on it. Now let us see all the different positions of point A separately and try to trace the path. So we have the following different positions of point A. Now we see that the point A follows a circular path. As the point A moves along with the blade, so we can say that motion of blade is an example of circular motion. Now let us see some more examples that the motion of moon around the earth is also an example of circular motion, because we know that moon moves in a circular orbit around the earth. Again, the motion of an electron around the nucleus of an atom is an example of circular motion. You know by structure of atom that neutron and proton are confined in a small volume which we call nucleus, and electrons are revolving around it in a particular orbit, as you can see here. So, motion of electron around the nucleus of an atom is also an example of circular motion. Now students, you know what is uniform motion. Uniform motion is that motion in which an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time. For example, an object is covering a equal distance of 5 meter every second, then we can say that its speed is 5 meter per second at every instant of time. It means that when an object is in uniform motion, then it has a uniform speed. So, what do we mean by uniform circular motion? It means that if an object is moving along a circular path around a fixed point with a uniform speed, then its motion is said to be uniform circular motion. It is clear that in uniform circular motion, the speed of the object is uniform. Now there arises a question, if the speed is uniform in uniform circular motion, then why it is an accelerated motion? As you know, for acceleration there must be a change in velocity. So if uniform circular motion is an accelerated motion, then there must be a change in velocity in uniform circular motion. Now let us understand this concept, how the velocity is changing in uniform circular motion, with the help of an example. Suppose an athlete is running along a rectangular track ABCD as shown in the figure. Now the athlete is running along the straight paths AB, BC, CD and DA with constant speed, or we can say uniform speed. The athlete is starting from the point A and reaches at the point B. As soon as he reaches at the point B, he changes his direction of motion in order to cover the path BC. And again at the point C, he changes his direction of motion to cover the path CD. It means that we can say that in order to complete one round of the rectangular track, the athlete has to change his direction of motion 4 times. Now suppose if the track was not rectangular, it is an hexagonal track. Then what happened? Again, the athlete is running along this track with a constant speed. But as there are 6 corners, so in order to complete one round, the athlete has to change his direction of motion 6 times. So we see that in rectangular track there are only 4 sides, so athlete changes his direction of motion 4 times. In hexagonal track there are 6 sides or 6 corners, so the athlete is changing his direction of motion 6 times in order to complete one round. So we conclude that as the number of sides of a closed track increases, the athlete has to turn a larger number of times in order to complete one round of that track. And circle is that closed path which is consisting of infinite number of sides. So if there are infinite number of sides in a circle, then it means if an athlete is running along a circular track, then he has to change his direction of motion at every instant of time. Now students, you know velocity is a vector quantity which has both magnitude as well as direction. And magnitude of velocity is known by speed. Hence, we can say that velocity is going to change if the speed is changing, or if the direction of motion is changing, or if both speed as well as direction of motion is changing. Now, if an object is moving in a uniform circular motion, then he has a constant speed. That is, we can say that the speed of the object is not changing. But in order to complete one round, he has to change his direction of motion continuously. It means the direction of motion is changing. And we know that if direction of motion is changing, the velocity of the object is changing. As acceleration is defined as the rate of change of velocity, so we can say that the velocity of the object in uniform circular motion is changing. Hence, it must have an acceleration. Hence, it is clear that uniform circular motion is an accelerated motion. Now here is an activity which demonstrates that there are different direction of motion at different points in a uniform circular motion. Now what the man is doing here, the man is moving the stone in a horizontal circle above his head with constant speed. Now what he observes that when he releases the stone at a certain point, say A, then the stone will move in a straight line along the tangent at that point. As you see, the stone will move in this direction along the tangent at the point A. And when he releases the stone at a point B, then again the stone move in a straight line along the tangent at that point. And if he releases the stone at a point C, then also the stone will move in a straight line along the tangent at the point C. So here it is clear that there are different direction of motion at different instant of time in a uniform circular motion. Now, why the stone is moving in a straight line along the direction of the tangent? Because at that instant of time, the stone is moving in a straight line. So, it tries to maintain its state of motion. Also because there is no force which is pulling the stone towards the center. Hence the stone tries to maintain its state of motion and moves in a straight line along the tangent. Again, from this activity it is clear that there is continuously change in direction of motion in a uniform circular motion. Even the speed of the object is constant, but because of the change in direction of motion, velocity is changing, and if velocity is changing, then there is an acceleration. Hence, we can say that uniform circular motion is an accelerated motion. So, we see that in uniform circular motion, although the speed is uniform, but there is an acceleration because of continuous change in direction of motion. And that acceleration is known as centripetal acceleration. So, it must have a direction, and the direction of centripetal acceleration is always along the radius of the circle towards its center. Now there is a term revolution period. So it is defined as the time taken by an object which is undergoing uniform circular motion to complete one revolution along the circular path, and it is always represented by capital T because it is the time period for one complete revolution, and time period is always represented by capital T. Now the formula for revolution period is given by total distance covered in one revolution upon constant speed. Now let us suppose that an object is moving in uniform circular motion along a circular path of radius r with a constant speed of v. Then in complete one revolution it covers a distance equals to circumference of the circle, which is 2 pi r, and has a constant speed of v. Then we can say that t is equals to 2 pi r upon v. As it is already time, so its unit is same as second. Thank you students. In our next part we will study some difference between linear motion and circular motion, and also solve numericals based on equations of motion, graph and uniform circular motion. Thank you.